If you're like me, you might love creating content, but feel completely overwhelmed about how to come up with ideas, organize them, research them, execute them, and what deserves a place in your long format content strategy, and what should be relegated to only living on your short form feeds. Hi, everyone. My name is Megan, and I'm a Pinterest marketing expert. But because I've been working in the field for years and years and years, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I really am a marketing mentor who understands all the different facets that you need to be considering when you're building out your own marketing strategy. Now, in this video, I want to talk about a little easy, free way that I like to test content ideas. So I engage in what I call an omnipresence marketing approach. This means that people are going to say things like, Megan, oh my God, you're everywhere. Megan, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Threads, you're on Instagram, you're blogging, you're emailing, you're kind of everywhere. Spoiler alert, I'm not everywhere, but I'm really good at coming up with some ideas that are the root of my marketing. So those would be my long format, in-depth ideas. And then I have my short, sweet little takes that I might share to social media. Now, I'm a busy person. I have 3 dogs. I have 2 children. I own my own business, and I love to have time for myself. But here's the thing. I also love creating content. So one of the little hacks that I created was that before I decide to go deep on a particular topic, I do a little bit of light research on social media. So this is nothing new, nothing fancy, but I like to do some keyword research on Threads, maybe on Instagram, maybe on TikTok. And I like to see what type of ideas are floating out there. Has anyone been creating content on that particular topic? And then do I have a unique perspective? Or maybe I want to add in my authority, my thoughts on that particular strategy, why I do or do not believe in it, or what you need to know as somebody who's been working in the Pinterest marketing space for over 10 years. What's my take on that? Maybe there's news, maybe there's something I've heard, or I get asked a question. These are all potential ideas for my content. But here's the thing. There are some things that are really well suited to being long format content, like a blog, like a YouTube video, or a podcast episode, but not everything is going to make the cut. So what I like to do is to seed my content ideas as an entrepreneur on what I kind of feel like are less high stakes platforms. So if you like writing, I would suggest that you start hanging out on Threads. Threads is owned by Meta and a wonderful short form, mostly written platform where you can post ideas. Now, I was an early adopter. I got in on the platform very quickly, and I think I have something like 16,000, 13,000 followers there. I went viral in the early days, and I show up there pretty regularly. Met some incredible people. So if you're thinking about using Threads, I absolutely suggest it. But what I personally love Threads for is to test ideas. This allows me to sort of check out my audience's reaction, or even gauge their interest or see if something is resonating with them. I'll also do it to do research, or like mine, what are people asking about Pinterest? What are people saying about search marketing? Do I have something interesting that I can add? So what I'll do is I'll look around for things that catch my eye, but I'll also post ideas and see if they hit. And what I mean by hit is that they gain traction, that people are interested or asking questions, or maybe that idea even goes viral. From there, what I'll do is I'll take that idea and I'll begin researching it for a blog post or maybe even an email. Now, if you're not a written format type of person, I totally understand. I would recommend that even if you're not into TikTok, I think that TikTok is another wonderful place for you to seed your content ideas. I find that short form videos tend to have a powerful punch on TikTok, even though it's gone through lots of changes, lots of policy stuff. I'm in Canada. I know what it's going through. She is in it in the US, and I get it. But here's the thing. It's still a really wonderful place for you to do research, keyword research, look at search behavior, but also seed and test your content ideas. So I've been able to test ideas to see, again, what are people asking? Are they going to like this video? And then when that video does very well, or that thread does very well, it becomes evidence for me to invest more of my intellectual and time resources into creating something long format, like a YouTube video, a podcast episode, or a blog post, or even an email. And then that email can become a blog post. And this is really how you can repurpose your ideas in a very simple way to engage in an omnipresence marketing approach, but also get that valuable data, that valuable input from your audience before you invest resources into creating that content. Now, sometimes we create content not necessarily because we want to gather lots of outside information. Maybe it's strategic, that you have a reason, you have a case study or a testimonial, or you want to talk about your program or your lead magnet. Totally get it. What I would say is sometimes when you have that content, don't forget, you can turn around and bring that idea, that new zhuzh, that new point of view, that new angle, or maybe a story, or you want to test hooks and bring it to TikTok or bring it to Threads. Now, let me know if you try this idea, see if it works, and then come back and report to me. Now, I said it earlier, but my name is Megan. I'm a Pinterest marketing expert, but I really love talking about all the different marketing and social media experiments, patterns, things that I'm noticing and doing in my own business and sharing them with you. So if you like this video, make sure you're subscribed, check out my other videos. And if you love what I'm teaching, make sure you're subscribed to my email list. Bye now.